as if there was any doubt that Joe Biden is not a right-wing Republican, a right-wing neocon. He's for the Iraq War, for the crime bill, welfare reform, segregation. He is so right-wing it's not even funny, not for universal health care, not for the Green New Deal. You know, he's just right-wing all over the place. Now there is a leaked audio recording that has been circulating the internets that is essentially just, you know, Joe Biden doubling down, telling progressives, specifically black folks, Al Sharpton was on the call, to shut the fuck up, get in line. Right now they're trying to get some shit done. They got to work with the damn Republicans. Do you? Fuck working with the goddamn Republicans. You get what? In order to get the Republicans, you got to, you know, get something for the American people and then get something that fucks over the American people? No, fuck that shit. They have bad ideas. They had 4 years to govern shit. They didn't do their goddamn job. Jesus Christ. You know, okay, here's...
And so I want to play you a
here's the future.
And then we're going to come back and break it down a little bit.
The future president.
Call, so just want to remind you
in 2 days.
Recording.
I'm the first person, black or white, who called attention to the fact that you were finding that there was the rate of people who are African Americans who are dying was 3 times that of white people.
So you heard at the very beginning they say you can't record it, right? You can't do the recording, so apparently if it's on the internet, then yeah, you might be able to, you know. So anyway, somehow, you know, this was a Zoom call. I don't know how this Zoom call got out there. But it did. And Joe Biden, here's the first one. First one to talk about Charlottesville, too. I was the first and only person to talk about Charlottesville. Everybody was talking about Charlottesville. I talked about Charlottesville. Who the fuck didn't talk about Charlottesville? I mean, my God, even fucking Nazis. Like, he was the only one. I don't even know what the fuck he's trying to say there. I don't even know what the fuck. The NCAA has been endorsing him the whole time, but they don't endorse anybody. So he just lies. You know, Jesus Christ. He's a freaking liar. He's a right-wing neocon, right-wing Republican. All right.
I don't carry around a stamp on my head saying progressive and I'm a...
Why does he miss his words like that? I don't carry around a stamp on the head.
OC, but I have more of a record of getting things done in the United States Congress than anybody you know. Let's get something straight. You shouldn't be disappointed. What I've done so far is more than anybody else has done this far. Okay? Number one. Number two, I mean what I say when I say it.
And sometimes when I don't say it. I mean what I say when I say it, and sometimes I mean what I say even when I don't say the damn thing.
There's some things that I'm going to be able to do by executive order. I'm not going to hesitate to do it. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to do what Benita, you probably used to get angry with me during the debates, when you'd have some of the people you were supporting say, on day one, I'm going to executive order to do this.
He keeps skipping words. On day one, I'm on executive order, do this.
Not within the constitutional authority.
Not within constitutional authority.
I am not going to violate the Constitution.
Is he clapping? Is he doing the black clap to black people? Listen, black people, shut up. Shut your damn mouth. Now the Democrats are in control. We get to be the right-wing imperialist, welfare crime, but we're not going to do anything for the people. No, $2,000 a month. You Americans want $2,000 a month, what, to save the economy and to get past this coronavirus epidemic that the previous president let slip for over a fucking year? Black people, don't listen, don't talk, silence! When I clap, black people, you get quiet. Fucking Joe Biden, he takes some fucking nerve, right, to use black people flavor against black folks. Al Sharpton, what the hell, he should have interjected like, hey, you know, this bullshit, and just hung up.
There is a Constitution. It's our only hope. Our only hope. And the way to deal with it is where I have executive authority, I will use it to undo every single damn thing this guy has done by executive authority. but I'm not going to exercise executive authority where it's questioned, where I can come along and say,
where it's a question. I'm not going to use executive authority where it's a question. That's the other Biden, right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of, you know the thing. You know the thing. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of, Constitution might be our only hope to give him a little bit of, you know, something when it comes to the executive authority. He can't do a bunch of executive authorities. I don't know why all these goddamn presidents get in there and they, you know, Papa Bush had 166 executive orders, Bill Clinton 364, George W. 291 executive orders, Barack Obama 276 executive orders, and then Donald Trump 195 executive orders. Over 100 executive orders, over 100, you know, edicts, decrees, presidential, you know, orders. This is tyranny. That's what an executive order is. So Joe Biden actually getting away from executive orders is smart. You know, his biggest thing was assault rifles, and he's saying that he can't do that by executive authority. Which I'm happy about because I don't want him to get that done, but if that's his biggest thing, I will say this, if you can get the Congress to pass something that he wants, and the longevity of it will be much better. It'll go, you know, to the end. And so executive orders is just to fill in the, you know, gaps in the laws, the color of laws, not actual law. The Emancipation Proclamation is like the only, you know, decent executive order that I know of in all of American history. So who the fuck knows what these goddamn presidents are executive ordering around, and people pretending that it's the color of law. So it doesn't mean the president says, oh, executive order, do this, do that. It doesn't mean it's the law. It means that it goes to court, and if it fills in the gaps, if there's, you know, gaps in the law, then it could play into the damn thing. So what? I
can do away with assault weapons. There's no executive authority to do away with that. And no one's fought harder to get rid of assault weapons.
There's no executive authority to do away with that. So he's right when it comes to the, you know, limiting amount of executive orders. That's fantastic. I'm sick of these fucking presidents, you know, being the tyrannical fucking bastards. He's saying we're going to go through the process. I don't know if you're going to get, you know, don't compromise with the damn Republicans, because you ain't going to get shit with the fucking Republicans. You might be able to get something out of the Democrats, but really, I have no hope in Joe Biden, and I have no hope in Congress. I think Joe Biden said something about community policing and community college. So free community college, and then he's going to, you know, talk about community policing. But he's not a fucking progressive. He says he's not going to put a stamp on his head that says progressive. Progressive just means to go forward. So he's a regressive asshole? Hey, you know, there's a right-wing fucking neocon Republican in office who's regressive as fuck. We already had that, Joe. You know, that didn't work out under Obama. It didn't work out under Bush. It hasn't worked out in my entire lifetime. So why don't you actually try helping out the working class people? If Joe Biden does not deliver for the working class people, then you're going to see a fucking revolution. The two-party system is utterly fucking failed. Just abysmally failed. Just disgustingly failed.
Assault weapons than me. But you can't do it by executive order. If you do that, next guy comes along and says, well, guess what? By executive order, I guess everybody can own machine guns again. So we got to be careful. I know you all know this. I know you know it. I don't think we should make that a big issue going into.
So, yeah, what is Joe Biden going to do? He's just going to do the same fucking bullshit, right? Tax cuts for the rich, more war, no student loan forgiveness. We're not going to get the stimulus checks. We're not going to get, they're talking about $600 right now. We just passed a $700 billion war budget, and yet we're talking about $900 billion, but it's half the amount. And nobody's even talking about it being serious. So it's not even going to, it's not going to come to fruition. Nothing is going to fundamentally change with Joe Biden, so Jesus fucking Christ. Is that good? Is that bad? It's great for the Republicans that the Democrats are the Republicans, and so either you get batshit crazy or you get, so the Republicans have won, right? Both of the Republicans and Democrats are both fucking Republicans, so the Republicans have won thoroughly. The Democratic Party has taken the Republican, title over. The Republicans don't know how to fight against that. They don't. They keep calling them the fucking radical left when they're the fucking right wing. So what?
Before January 5th, when the election takes place down in Georgia. But I also don't think we should get too far ahead of ourselves on dealing with police reform in that, because they've already labeled us as being defund the police. Anything we put forward...
They've already labeled us as defund the police. He says everything so stupid. He skips words. He just kind of he's like saying them too quick. He's not articulating each.
In terms of the organizational structure to change policing, which I promise you will occur. Promise you. Just think to yourself and give me advice whether we should do that before January 5th. Because that's how they beat the living hell out of us across the country, saying that we're talking about defunding the police. We're not. We're talking about holding them accountable. I just raised it with you to think about. How much do we push between now and January 5th? We need those 2 seats about police reform.
And so this comes from leaked reporting by Ryan Grimm at The Intercept. He obtained this leak recording, he obtained it, and wrote an article about it. In that article, there's...
And then I got it from Cristo Alvalas. Cristo Alvalas. He's got, 39,000 subscribers, 20,000 views on this video clip here. So, what the fuck? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? From the police is why the Democrats lost? Yeah, right, okay. Joe barely fucking winning. That's, That's a rejection of centrism. Jesus Christ, they will fucking twist anything and everything around to their dumb fucking bullshit. Joe Biden barely fucking won. Donald's sitting there for a month talking about fraud and this, and half the damn country thinks that it's possible that he could actually take the election back. Joe barely fucking won this. If Bernie the populist, who had, hardcore, passionate supporters, a populist, he was a left-wing populist, then there had been no doubt, there had been no room for loss, no room for, he would have won resoundingly. He would have won hands down, over and through, and just not even a question, but instead. And he's going to sit there and try to say that it was the radical left is the reason why the Democrats are losing. God, he's, so fucking wrong. They're doing the Chuck Schumer thing. They're appealing to moderate Republicans. They think that, fuck the working blue class, trying to get the fucking Republicans on board. They should appeal to the progressive base, and they should appeal to brand new voters. Jesus Christ. I mean, my God, it sucks to live in a country where, liberal is the heart and conservative is the brain, and we don't have a liberal side. We don't have an opposition side. We don't have a fucking heart. There's nobody that's actually saying, let's fight for, the working people of America, and let's fight for every single one of us. So Joe Biden is wrong on every fucking thing possible. He doesn't have medical dementia like Jimmy Dore wants to say, but he's a demented fuck. He's, demented when it comes to, he's a demented person. He's a demented with his policies. He's got rhetorical dementia. He's a demented fuck, right? When it comes to his bullshit policies, he's a continuation of all the shit, the, neoliberal, neoconservative bullshit, the bipartisan consensus. Raytheon, the fucking defense secretary is a war czar, right? Raytheon, so great. The defense contractors, the missile, we're going to make sure Raytheon makes a shit ton of fucking money, with all those weapons contracts. Neera Tanden is being selected to, part of his cabinet. Where's the progressives? Where's Bernie? Where's AOC? Where's Will Connor? Where's Liz? I don't see any goddamn progressives in his fucking cabinet. So he's a right-wing Republican, neocon fuck. It's how he ran his campaign. It's what he's promised. That's his goddamn record. He's a right-wing Republican neocon fuck. There's no doubt about it. What sucks is half the country is Nazi and the other half is talking about defund the police. This is fantastic. This is awesome. My God, if we could think outside that box, if the left can grab a hold of defund the police, that is both socialist and anarchist. That is both saying that we want government to give a shit about the people. Quit fucking being fascist fucking pieces of shit. and actually give a shit. And defund the police isn't, you know, getting rid of the police. It's reallocating the funds to mental health and rehab. And, you know, when it comes to the homeless population, there's a lot of shit that cops have to deal with that has nothing to do with, you know, what you would traditionally think that cops should have to deal with. So yeah, Joe Biden's not going to do jack shit for the fucking progressive. Big fucking shocker, right? I'm kind of curious what Cody Johnson's going to have to say about it, because he was like, fuck this guy, but I thought you told us to fucking vote for him, right? Jesus Christ. How much pull you think you had with your 20,000 YouTube viewers, right? Man, I think everybody, if I get to 20,000, I don't know. I'm glad the fucking Fuhrer is gone, and, you know, Joe turned out to be the right guy at the right fucking time in the right fucking moment, but the Democratic Party really played, you know, Russian roulette with all of our lives by putting fucking Joe up there. The knockout. If a left-wing populist would have gone up against this right-wing populist, it would have been a TKO. It would have been, you know, at no point in time would there have been any goddamn possibility of Donald even claiming any kind of victory, because he would have just been, you know, just thoroughly smashed. It'd been an FDR election. It'd been a Ronald Reagan election where the whole fucking country just goes, you know, says, you know what? Let's be radical for a generation. We haven't been radical since FDR, 100 fucking years ago. Maybe America needs to be, you know, didn't we have revolution? Weren't we I mean, Jesus Christ, you know, imagine if the revolutionaries weren't radical. What, fundamental change? We don't want fundamental change. The right-wing populist, that's a fucking radical. What the fuck are you talking about? So I guess just ended off with, you know, there's no hope with the current president or the next president or the current Congress or the next Congress or the, you know, Supreme Court. The three branches of the national government, there's no hope. Maybe AOC, maybe Bernie, but most of it, it's just absolutely abysmal. You got to look at local, you got to look at states, you got to get a hold of, you know, community, neighborhood, friends, family, tribes. You got to, you know, build your tribes up. So, you know, live long and prosper, America. It's Great Depression time, so you got to buckle, you know, buckle down, tie your shoes right tight, tie them, pull yourself with pinch your pennies, get on survival mode. Most Americans are already there anyways. So there you go. There's your Merry Christmas, America. Peace.